This story is a fascinating one, and it covers a topic that I'm very passionate about. Let's check this out. We have a high school grad who is actually suing their school after they graduated from the high school with honors. She's suing the school because she says, I can't read or write. Let's check this out. This is an interesting one here.
Did you ever think you'd be going to college here?
No, never. Never in a million years.
In some ways, Alicia Ortiz is living an American dream. The 19-year-old began her freshman year at the University of Connecticut in Hartford this fall. She's excited to study public policy, the culmination of hard work after moving north from Puerto Rico as a child. Do you remember when you first came to Connecticut?
Yes, I remember I was very nervous, but I know it was gonna be better opportunities for me to learn.
But Alicia says those opportunities never came to fruition. Even today, could you read this, or would it take you a long time?
It's impossible. I just see these words everywhere.
Alicia graduated from the Hartford Public School System last year, but she says today she is illiterate. She still doesn't know how to read or write.
So you're wondering, how does this happen? Well, I can remember I was in a meeting when I was a teacher. I was on this committee. The committee had been meeting, and I was added later on. But once I got into this room, I realized that basically what they were talking about grading. They were talking about changing the grading system. And it appeared to me that the goal of this committee, and plenty of people on serving on this committee were passionate about. Bottom line, it was about grade inflation. They were about inflating grades. For example, if students didn't do the work, you can't give them anything lower than a 50%. And so it was just in that vein. There were a number of ideas thrown out similar to that, basically taking the accountability off the shoulders of the students. And once I realized that that's where they were going, and a lot of these teachers, they were middle school teachers, and there is kind of that bit of a divide between middle and high school teachers in terms of grading, because once students get to high school, I mean, either they know it or they don't, because you got 4 years. You got 4 years to help them get to where they need to get. And once that 4 years is done, then they've got to go. And sadly for this student, it seems like she didn't get it. But the question is, how was she able to accumulate the credits? How was she able to acquire these accolades and graduate with honors? That's a legitimate question that high school needs to answer.
When she was in early education,
They would just either tell me to stay in a corner and sleep, or just draw pictures, flowers for them.
and when she was in high school, she relied on speech-to-text programs and other apps to read and write essays. So, if you had an assignment where you had to write something, you'd open up a document like this and then do what?
I would go here to use the text-to-speech.
It says dictate.
Dictate, yep. I love pizza.
This is how you would do your assignments.
And then
Cats of the World VAK sporting a twin-prop airplane.
If you had to read something, that's how you do it. She said her mother, who does not speak English well, tried to get answers.
she advocated so much. She went to the school. The principal will promise her that they will do better. And sometimes there will be people from the district or the directors promising her that they will do better.
Now,
So somewhere at this school, you've got administrators and other higher ups who are sweating because this story is out. And when you hear her experience, and I imagine she was in English as a second language program, and just when you kind of hear those things, you hear that the mother couldn't speak English and she tried to advocate and she wasn't able to get anywhere. Like, yes, that is a PR nightmare for this school. The administrators are living a PR nightmare. This is really, really bad, because that's time that this student invested that it was a poor investment. That time is wasted. That student's going to have to do all of that work throughout the course of that 4 years. They're going to have to do all of that work over again to have success in college.
Alicia is suing the Hartford Board of Education and the city for negligence. The suit alleges the school district documented and acknowledged Alicia's learning challenges through multiple grades, but because they were not adequately addressed, she continued to struggle academically and began exhibiting maladaptive behaviors in the classroom.
Sometimes I will feel proud to be the bad child because at least I was something to them, and I wasn't invisible.
While the city of Hartford and an educator named in the suit declined to comment when contacted by CNN, in a statement, Hartford Public Schools wrote, "While Hartford Public Schools cannot comment on pending litigation, we remain deeply committed to meeting the full range of needs our students bring with them when they enter our schools and helping them reach their full potential."
What's the dog, man?
Dr. Jesse Turner is the leader of the Literacy Center at Central Connecticut State University. He feels the main issue here is inequality in public education.
America should be asking a question. Do we really care about our children, all of our children? And I would argue that maybe we don't.
So with this story, definitely going to be following this story. I'm glad that I discovered this, because I think, she's filed a lawsuit, and it'll be interesting to see how far this goes and see what judgment is given as a result of this lawsuit. So we'll bring to you any updates as they come along. But this is very, this is a very fascinating case, and yeah, I'm curious to see the updates as they come out. Well, that's our story for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next update.